Another day, another video, and let's review Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm so tired.
This will make more sense if I made this my first review because this is my first game, but if you haven't played the game yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and yeah, let's start. Back within the days of the N64's prime, there was one company that's still overseen to stand out from the rest. Rare, the UK-based company, were capable for a few of the most noteworthy games the world has ever seen. GoldenEye, Diddy Kong Racing, Perfect Dark, and not to disregard the classic Banjo-Kazooie. Starring Banjo, the peaceful bear with the savage sense for adventure, and Kazooie, a snide, loud-mouthed briggle who continuously puts her foot in it. Banjo-Kazooie has gotten to be a benchmark for platforming greatness that has once in a while been reproduced since. Set within the home of the bear and bird Spiral Mountain, the game begins when Gruntilda, a ghastly rhyming witch, captures Banjo's sister Tootie in a rage to take her beauty. Stunned and shocked at this, our furry and feathered duo set out to recover Tootie and teach Grunty a lesson in the process. To do this, they must fight through Grunty's lair, battling her endless minions, investigating numerous interesting and unusual levels, and crashing each of her music-sealed entryways, the favored protection instrument of ancient witches, clearly. It's a simple, albeit dark premise, but it's most certainly in keeping Banjo-Kazooie's light-hearted tone. And just because the game doesn't have a complex narrative, it doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of enjoyment to be found in the characters and events it presents. Compared to other platforming games, Banjo-Kazooie highlights an astounding amount of discourse that's loaded with identity and Rare's trademark British humor. From beginning to end, Gruntilda talks only in funny rhyming couplets, while Kazooie's limit directness comes about in a few or maybe startling but exceptionally welcome double entendres. Each of Banjo-Kazooie's stages is associated by means of Gruntilda's lair, a center world that highlights its claim challenges and insider facts as well. Progressing to the other game stage requires you to make progress here as well, and fair working out where to go to open a level can be shockingly challenging. It's a hearty adventure that can take up to 12 hours to complete. There are 10 jiggy pieces, 100 musical notes, and 5 Jinjos, mysterious creatures that have been detained by Gruntilda in each world. Collecting all these things can be as basic as finding them and picking them up, or include a somewhat more complex challenge or assignment such as tackling puzzles, association with characters, both companion and enemy, and indeed taking on the appearance and abilities of a totally different animal. Basically, Banjo-Kazooie is like all the old school platformers. Collecting is the title of the game. Not as it were do you have got the musical notes, jiggies, and jinjos to find in each level, but you also have eggs, feathers, honeycomb pieces, mambo tokens, extra lives, caterpillars, and etc. to gather. All of these things will assist you in a few fashion or another. Through Kazooie, you'll utilize eggs to fire at enemies, stomp out awful teeth of a mechanical shark, and fertilize plants, while feathers, depending on what sort, will allow the padded loudmouth short-term flight or assistance. And caterpillars, well, they can be utilized to bolster giant baby eagles, obviously. Graphically, BK, short for Banjo-Kazooie, takes it to another level. The game maintains the look and feel of Mario 64, but instead of flat, shaded polygons, BK uses a lot of textures. You would think that the amount of texturing and size of the levels would slow the game down a lot, but it runs nice and smoothly. The camera control has remained the same, but due to BK's many tight and close areas, the camera sometimes fails to show the action from a playable perspective. Expect to miss some things that would normally be incredibly obvious due to the bad angle. Also, you'll have to control the camera a bit more than you should have to, as it doesn't track perfectly. The sound and music are really well done, the soundtrack is infectious, and the character voices are very cool. In case you were a fan of Mario 64, at that point, it's beautiful clear that you're attending to like Banjo-Kazooie as well. Banjo-Kazooie for some may be a Mario clone, but that isn't precisely a terrible thing. In fact, it's a lovely thing. In a world filled with mediocre N64 games, it's pleasant to see another really awesome game on the system. Okay guys, that's it. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that little bell, turn on notifications. I post every after 3 days. And yeah, see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.